Thanks for clicking on the video. Today we're going to go over some new VR games coming over April 2024 and some updates. First up, No Man's Sky Orbital Update is now live right now on PSVR2 and PC. The Orbital Update brings a complete overhaul to the space stations in the game and has an in-engine game improvement. On the outside, space station exteriors are at a scale that have never been seen before and are hugely varied. Now personally, this is something I'm very excited to check out in VR. The Orbital Update also includes ship customization, a new guild system, and a UI refresh and much more. It's a pretty big update with several major features that have been on players' wish lists for a long time. If any of you have jumped into this already in VR, let me know down in the comments. VRChat is coming to all VR platforms on the 18th of April, and the story goes an experiment has gone wrong and unleashed a relentless alien invasion, plunging humanity into chaos. You must fight the invaders in your customised mech, unlock new gear, and evolve your mech. Exterminations can be done solo or side by side with a fellow big shot. When you've teamed up, working together is key to holding off alien scum and getting the job done. Cross-platform play is also supported, and personally I love a good mech game. He is hoping it's just a bit more than a VR wave-based shooter. Strayed VR is an open-world multiplayer VR survival game focused on player versus player interaction, and it's coming April 19th to Quest and Steam, and it features dedicated servers for up to 100 players, which is pretty wild. You must explore randomly generated islands, abandoned structures, and the vast wilderness to gather resources for survival. But be aware, there are dozens of other players online, as I just suggested, and they've all got the same goal. Now, I'd never even heard of this one until today, but it's definitely now on my radar and it could be lots of fun. Now, as a fan of nearly all things mixed reality thanks to Quest 3, Toy Masters is coming April the 11th and looks to be good for anyone who loves Plants vs Zombies. It's built from the ground up to be used with hand tracking, and you must defend yourself against hordes of enemies across 3 worlds. It has 33 plus levels, bonus levels, bosses, and an endless mode. Now, PlayStation VR2's best physical sports game is Sea Smash, which was originally an arcade and Sega Dreamcast title, and it's now coming to Quest on April the 4th. For those who haven't played it yet, Sea Smash is a mix of tennis, table tennis and squash. There's tons of challenges and online multiplayer, and I'm assuming this is also cross-platform. Now, one thing we don't get very often is demos, but there is a demo available on PSVR2, so if you have the headset, be sure to jump in and download the demo to check it out if you haven't already. Now, for me, Sea Smash was an excellent game when I featured it already on the channel. I'll leave a link to that video in the description, and it has some really incredible music from Ken Ishii, who made the soundtrack for Res Infinite. Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord also got a huge update in terms of content in line with the release of the new film Frozen Empire, and it's now got new story-driven missions from the movie. Players will team up with Dr. Roy Stantz, played by Dan Aykroyd, and you'll battle against new ghosts and wield new powerful equipment. You must save the city from the tundra in a series of captivating missions. Players will also be able to visit the world-famous New York Firehouse headquarters, which is something I'm personally excited for because I've actually been there. And there's going to be new undead enemies and more playable avatars. After what was for me a lackluster game at launch, this actually has me pretty intrigued to jump back in. A popular flat game called Escape Simulator has now been given the VR treatment. It's a free update for those of you who own it on Steam, and it's a highly interactive escape room experience which you can play with up to 8 other people, which is something I've never really heard before. It sounds pretty cool, and the reviews on Steam appear to be super positive. A new VR game called Nope Challenge is coming to MetaQuest sometime in April and features lots of challenges based on people's phobias, clowns, spiders and heights, but apparently with a twist. It's looking like Richie's playing Five Nights at Freddy's and The Climb all mixed into one, but will it be better than any of them individually? Now, the unique feature is, if at any time it all gets a bit too much, you can hit the Nope button and jump from whatever scary situation you're in into a peaceful, breather location. I'm not really sure how to take this one currently, but I will be checking it out as soon as possible. VR is coming to Quest on April the 18th and calls itself the Left 4 Dead of VR. It's a 4-player co-op shooter that takes place in a place called Flip City and looks to be based somewhere in England. After watching this trailer, it looks like it could be fun, and is also mentioned to be possibly coming to consoles that have VR headsets connected by a wire, which to me personally sounds like a PSVR2. While the graphics don't really look that great, I think the gameplay could be pretty cool. Soul Covenant is releasing this month, and I've got to admit, the more I've seen and heard of this game, the more I am interested in it. But it does carry a hefty price tag, and I'm hoping that's a reflection of in-game quality. But what is it? Well, it calls itself a tactical VR action game with RPG elements, and also features online co-op. You'll be fighting against a race of artificial intelligence which seems to have become very self-aware and is trying to defeat the human race, and you've got to use living weapons known as mechanical gods. It looks pretty cool. It really does look like a hack and slash first and foremost, which means I actually might enjoy it.
お前は一人じゃない。握ったその手の中に俺がいる。私のいないところで死んだら殺すからね。次が最後の命令だ。
Next up, we have Arcade Paradise. It sees you convert a derelict family-run laundromat in your rundown town of Grindstone into a thriving arcade business. You must manually pick up customers' gum, clean the toilets, do the laundry, throw out the trash, and manage profits, and then use your hard-earned cash to flip the family laundromat into a Arcade Paradise business. It features 30 plus arcade machines, and I'm looking forward to playing it when it releases later this month.
Arcade Paradise VR.
Dungeon Fall Dive Game Master Edition is the ultimate tabletop RPG toolkit to bring your games to the next level, with the ability to host and manage sessions, create limitless characters and maps, and access exclusive Game Master tools. This edition offers unparalleled control over your tabletop experiences, and it's available already on Steam in Early Access, getting a full release on the 12th of April. And last up, we have Skyclimb by developers VR Monkey. I've already played this one in some playtesting, and it's really physical with some really good humour, and it reminds me of Super Monkey Ball, and in multiplayer it calls itself the Fall Guys of VR. Now, I personally found it pretty challenging, but also rewarding. It has bosses, a builder mode, and 65 levels. Well, there you go guys, there's some games coming in April. I'm sure there's some more that's going to come out. As you know, games literally just appear out of nowhere in VR, which is always good. And if you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like, subscribe for more VR content, and let me know the games you're looking forward to most down in the comments below, and I hope you all have a really good Easter.